Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. So in this video, we're going to be looking at AMC. I'm going to look at the macro charts, the bigger picture for AMC, and then we're also going to check out the micro, seeing what's going on the smaller time frames. I basically covered everything in my last couple of videos, but I know you guys want to see another update. So I went into a little bit more detail on what I'm looking at for AMC, on the price action for Monday, what I'm expecting, and then what possibly could happen and what I'm looking at based off of the charts on the longer time frames and on the shorter time frame. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we're going to be looking at AMC and the news for the overall market before the markets open. Basically, guys, just getting you ready for what I'm expecting. Now, again, I basically covered most of this in my latest videos, but I know you guys want another video, so I'm going to go ahead and dig deep on the micro, see what we're looking at on the small time frame, and then go ahead and update you guys on what I'm looking at here. So let's go ahead and see what we're looking at for AMC. So guys, right now what I'm looking at for AMC is these three possible paths. The one thing that is bothering me is just RSI here on the 4-hour and the 2-hour time frame. This is a definite problem. RSI is way too high right now. Now on the daily time frame, we look okay. On the weekly time frame, we look good. But right now on that 4-hour time frame, we are too hot when it comes to RSI. Also, we are starting to get a bearish cross here on the smaller time frames. As you guys can see, we're going to get a bearish cross here on the 2-hour time frame. And on the 1-hour time frame, we do have that bearish cross. So we are seeing a lot of momentum right here, holding us up, and a lot of resistance right here. I mean, holding us up. But that does mean if we get above this point right here, which we've been pushing on that point, that 550 resistance, if we can break above that in pre-market, we should see a nice push to the upside and then be using that previous resistance as support, giving us the ability to climb higher in this rising wedge, which I think is most likely going to be the case. What I think is going to happen is this blue line right here. Again, I did these 3 paths video explaining a super bullish scenario, then the scenario I think is going to happen, and then a bearish scenario, which I don't think is going to happen, but could possibly happen simply because of the RSI. But the most likely scenario is going to be right here, guys. So basically, this is probably going to be the price action to a T. Not trying to sound cocky or anything. It's just probably what's going to happen just based off of the technical analysis, what I'm seeing on the chart on the small time frame. So tomorrow, we'll probably push up to about 565, 65, 68, 570, around that range. Will probably be there pre-market. Now we'll see some chop, but we'll probably end up, opening the day slightly up around 560, somewhere above 550. We'll open the day. Then we'll see an immediate drop to the downside in the morning, in like the first 15 minutes, 30 minutes of the stock. We'll see immediate drop to the downside. So we'll move up pre-market and then see immediate drop to the downside. So basically what I'm predicting is something like this. All right, so come up to this about this 560 range, market opens and see immediate drop to the downside. Use this previous resistance as support because it's going to be heavy support because it was heavy resistance. Then we'll bounce off of that. We'll find that low tomorrow morning and then start riding that up. So basically, it's going to be a green day, but it's going to be overall flat. So the price action is going to be flat, but it's going to be a green day candle on the daily candle print. I'm interested to see how this print comes out because I think this prediction right here is actually going to be pretty accurate. Now, what could possibly happen is, we could see this parabolic push to the upside. Now, this is a thing about probabilities and stuff like that. You have to kind of do mathematics and stuff like that when it comes to this stuff because like the probabilities of this happening are very slim. Okay, so like I said, that's why I made 3 paths. I mean, there's a chance it could happen and there's a chance this bearish path could happen, but the probabilities is going to be this path right here, and then using just support and resistance and then my knowledge of stocks is how I determine the price action for that day. But let's go ahead and look at and see what this parabolic movement would be like. So basically this would be like a big move up pre-market. So we wake up and AMC stocks at like 575, 580 pre-market. So that would be like awesome and great, and everyone would be extremely happy, right? So we're at like 580, $6, 590 pre-market. Then we start the day, we get a pullback all day, all the way back down to previous support and resistance at about 575.
use that as support resistance, and then just blast off to the upside to like $8, $7, $8 area using all that previous support resistance and absolutely go parabolic. Now, there's a chance that this could happen, but guys, I like to be realistic in my technical analysis. The most likely prediction is probably going to be this. We're going to see a green upside day. Nothing tremendous. I mean, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble because obviously I want this thing to go parabolic too, but I don't think we're going to see some huge parabolic day tomorrow. But that is just me personally. It could happen. Bars pattern is calling for higher price targets. And again, I do think the bars pattern is on track, just the way that it tracked so perfectly throughout the sequence and the fact that where we are on the algos, I do think this has a lot of validity to it. So I'm not ready to just scrap it and put it aside just yet. I think it's going to be a great guide to help guide us through the technical analysis and use the technical analysis with this bars pattern, not only just relying on the fractal or not only just relying on the bars pattern, but use the technical analysis with the bars pattern as a guide to help me get even more accurate positions and predictions. I think that is going to be the better way to go about this. So even if this does completely fail, I will pull up more fractals, but I'm not going to be relying on fractals alone. I'm going to be doing the technical analysis with the fractals to get a more accurate prediction. So this is what I'm looking at though. Let's see if by earnings, we are at this range at like $7, $8 by earnings. And I am very bullish for earnings. I know people are bearish for earnings, but I'm bullish for earnings. I do think earnings is going to push us to the upside. I do think it's going to be a beat. I mean, I could be wrong, but we will see. I think it's going to be a beat, and I think it's going to push us to the upside. And I think that we're going to go in a bullish trend for AMC. I mean, if you go ahead and look at what we're looking at for the overall monthly time frame, you guys can see we were in a 2-year downtrend. So it's very, very obvious we are in this bullish consolidation pattern. We're about to get the flip on the MACD here on the monthly time frame. And look, we have an uptrend, then we have the falling wedge, which I tell you guys all about, and then it's going to lead to a new uptrend. And we are currently breaking out of this falling wedge right now. So in the overall macro picture of things, AMC looks great. And I couldn't ask for more. This is a classic falling wedge, a classic bullish continuation pattern. If we go ahead and look up falling wedge, I mean, I've showed you guys this time and time again, but we can go ahead and look it up for guys that are new. And you guys can see that this is a classic bullish continuation pattern movement to the upside, allowing us to continue to a higher high. So as you guys see, you have an uptrend, then you have your falling wedge, and then you have another uptrend. And as you guys can see, uptrend, falling wedge, and another uptrend will come. So of course, this could happen in one big squeeze or play out over time in a big like Tesla style type short squeeze, which is what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to have big major pops, but I think it's going to be like a Tesla style type short squeeze over time. And that's kind of what the bar pattern is saying as well. And I do think that's what's going to happen. It does seem like AMC is kind of like repeating. I know there's a lot of people with these cycles and stuff like that. And I think there is merit to that. But I don't think that a lot of these guys have, some of them have the cycles right, but some of them I do not think have the cycles right. But I'm not going to go ahead and throw shade. I'm just saying that I do think there is validity to the cycles because I pulled this bar pattern from this 2020 or from this 2020 run up. I pulled this bar pattern from here, and then it shows us continuing to the upside and then another massive run. So if this happens to play out, I mean, there's a lot of merit to the algos, and of course, which I think the algos have a big part of things, but with the cycle theory as well. But this is basically what I'm looking at for AMC, guys. Again, call options chain pretty standard. Again, if we get above $5 or $6, you could have a nice push to the upside with the gamma up to about $12. As you guys can see, this is the expired option chain, of course, but next week's options and chain will be very similar. We always have that gamma around that $5, $6 area to give us that push to the upside. If we can get above and hold that. Failure to delivers, again, it will be a huge problem once the court case is resolved and they know that they can't erase that failure to delivers by changing the QSIP numbers with the reverse split. I do think that's what they were going to do, in my personal opinion, change the QSIP numbers and then use the reverse split to cover some of their shares, in my personal opinion, and get rid of these FTDs. But these are going to be a huge problem as they will be coming due. As you guys can see, T plus 35 dates due forever and ever and ever. This is just the recent data. It's for March, as you guys, May and April, but they're due since they've been racking up. All these FTDs are due. And there's more and more and more, which could give us more and more up power, which could give a lot of merit to what the bars pattern is saying about having a huge pop to the upside here and then having a bigger style squeeze later on. So I showed you guys this before, but basically this is what the bars pattern is calling for. throughout time, and it's basically a large pop to the upside, and then throughout 2023 and 2024 movement to the upside, and then an even larger massive rip later. And if you look at the FTDs, I mean, that's perfect. So basically they'd be covering previous FTDs, and then get this big pile of them, and then still have more FTDs. So that is what I'm looking at based off of that. Again, that's a little bit more speculative, but based off the technical analysis and everything I'm seeing, you know, it could very well could happen. Also, short interest at 26.62%. As you guys can see, all-time high short interest or close to all-time high short interest, giving us plenty of momentum to move to the upside, and cost to borrow rates at about 178%, putting an extreme amount of pressure on the shorts, as you guys know. And of course, I just want to throw this in real quick. This meme coin, Pepe, absolutely doing numbers, going crazy. Guys, I'm not personally invested in this, and I don't suggest anyone get invested in this. I just thought it was pretty crazy news to put out there. And I've been talking about this for a while, but this coin is going nuts. Look, it's the frog meme. It's just wild. But that is some meme coin action for you guys. But yeah, as far as AMC, I think we're looking good. Macro's looking good. Again, be patient. Take time. These things take time. But it's a very classic falling wedge. We will have this breakout to the upside. And if you look at the bars pattern too, it's kind of perfect as well, because we have this falling wedge, and then look, breakout to the upside with higher highs. I mean, I think we are right on track. We are very, very close to having this secret unlocked and seeing the future for AMC, as crazy as that sounds. I think we're very, very close, and soon as we get some more confirmations and moves, we will be even closer to those paths. So guys, stay tuned and keep watching for more updates on AMC. But this is all I have for you guys. Hopefully you had a great weekend, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you that watches to the end of the video, shows love, drops love in the comment. I really do appreciate that. It really does mean a lot. And you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more Data Zero updates. I have a buy and sell alert signals, so you guys can get buy and sell alert signals. I drop them a few times a month. That's just a one-time $25 fee, but the Discord is free. You can come hang out with the community, talk to us, hang out, talk to me. It's all free there. So come join us. You're welcome. Great community, adding value, talking about stocks, trades all day. So check that out, linked in the comment section below. And guys, as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.
All right, guys, that was the video. Hopefully you found it informative. I know I did. If you did, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe for more content like this. And I truly appreciate each and every one of you that watches to the end of the video. It does mean a lot to me. And guys, as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.